Like any police department, the squad constantly battles the possession and sale of illegal drugs.
We're getting a little bit of it, but we know we're not getting all of it. And we want to really try to improve it. We want to stop the drugs from coming in the institution. That's our goal.
Because the inmates are so adept at hiding drugs, the squad often uses drug-sniffing dogs from the nearby Brookings Police Department. Today, the squad will perform a shakedown inside the most secure housing unit in the SHU.
SHU is really the Department of Corrections prison within the prison.
It is here where the most brutal of California's gangs are housed.
The 33 prisons in California depend on the security housing unit at Pelican Bay to house and separate the most dangerous, problematic inmates throughout the system.
You conduct uncontrolled body searches on the inmates before they're removed. Pull them out of the cell. Stick it up, turn around to your feet, wiggle your toes. Right, right. Squat and cough. Spread them and cough. Spread them and cough. Sleight of hand. They're quick. They can hide things. That have taken their sock off, hide it down here, bring it back out. You can't always see that. So it's a good idea to re-pat them down. Always pay attention. Always have one baton drawn, one officer, hands-on escort. You gotta be alert.
While their cells are searched, the inmates will be placed in adjacent visiting cells where their conversations with each other can be monitored.
Be a whole lot of information shared, so hopefully we can pick up something. Be cool. It'll be cool.
You just ear tag that and take a look at it.
It's a hype kit. So you're getting narcotics in your bloodstream.
He's drinking his wine right now, as inmate manufactured alcohol, because he knows we can't rush in there and get him.
They're dumping their Pruno. They say they don't want to drink it. They're trying to show us respect by dumping it. And then they can drink it if they want to.
The inmates that occupy this cell, they had inmate manufactured alcohol, and they had it stored in those milk cartons right there. So they dumped them right away into the toilet in an effort to flush them, but the water was already off, and they were unable to do that.
Officer Jim Dagenais is known for his aggressive stance on alcohol manufacturing.
I'm noted for enforcing a zero tolerance for any kind of substance abuse, and that includes alcohol possession.
Zero tolerance, Jim. Zero tolerance for alcohol or narcotics in an institution, and you may think that sounds funny, everybody should have zero tolerance, but Jim takes it to a whole new level. He wants to get it.
Did you get that off of somebody?
Yeah, I got him.
Good.
He's in a lot of trouble.
Fingerprints.
He admitted it's his. You can see the residue right there around the base of the pipe.
If it's there, he's going to find it, and he's going to get it, and he's happy when he does it.
I'll get this written up for heroin possession first, and then we'll go back and get this.
He's super tough guy.
In addition to the drugs and alcohol, the squad discovers a deadly weapon.
Sealed up with part of his medical tag. Pull it out. Open it out.
That is a perfect spear. That can be speared right through the perforated holes of these cell doors.
Frequent occasions, officers will come up and stick their face right up in the cell because they can't see in to talk to you or to an inmate. They can get you right in the eye.
By aggressively policing the SHU, the squad can disrupt the flow of communication among Pelican Bay's notorious prison gangsters. Sergeant Hank Aiken specializes in gang intelligence.
The inmates in the other institutions, they strive to get here. They strive to, hey, I want to go lock up and I want to be with the top name gangsters of their particular gang.
Any Pelican Bay inmate officially validated as a member of a prison gang may be given an indeterminate term in the SHU. If his sentence is life, he could spend the rest of his days in the SHU.
Right this way on the right.
They get about an hour and a half a yard a day. They come out for a shower. They either go by themselves, or if they have a cell partner, that's the only people that they have physical contact with. When we bring them out of the sections, we strip search them. Everywhere they go and everything they do outside of that little section that they're in, they're handcuffed. Because of the violence associated with prison gangs, we have to house them that way. It's for other inmates' protection, it's for our own protection.
The concentration of gang leadership in the SHU makes this facility California's underworld headquarters.
You end up with a group of validated gang members from the major prison gangs that are congregated together. and their leadership is here under one roof. It's good in a sense that it isolates them from the other 32 prisons in the system, but it's bad in the sense that now you have all of this leadership and all of this intelligence to monitor.
If you've got the president of a corporation or the head of a gang housed here, then people are going to come here to get their information. Inmates are going to have to get messages from other institutions to here. Gang leaders here send out information, notes, messages.
Actually, as secure as the SHU is, I think it's rather easy for these inmates to communicate with other inmates throughout the state of California and to communicate their gang business on the streets. One of the ways is through the mail. We screen and monitor mail, but you're talking about a couple of thousand inmates here at Pelican Bay, and we can't look at every piece of mail. One of the other ways that they are able to communicate is through the visits.
They do communicate, and it's a constant cat and mouse game.
When we return, a coded message reveals a savage plot.
What we've determined these to be are hit lists for 2 of the prison gangs, and there's approximately 500 to 600 names on here.
During the search of the security housing unit at Pelican Bay, an inmate has passed a desperate message to the squad.
Looks like we got a kite.
A kite is a note similar to what you see here. Small ratings they use to give information back and forth to each other with. It's the internet of the institution.
According to the kite, the inmate believes he's been targeted for a hit. The squad concentrates their search on an adjacent pod.
An inmate said his life's in danger, and he believes that these guys in here have a weapon.
The secondary search leads the squad into the cells of some of the highest-ranking gang leaders.
This is the Black Hand of the Mexican Mafia. From this cell, he controls a lot of the drug activity that happens in San Diego County. And from this cell, he's authorized assaults on other inmates in other prisons. He's authorized assaults and hits on people on the streets.
After hours of searching, additional weapons are found.
What'd you find, Chris?
Inside the dictionary, what these guys do, they'll hide weapons, kites inside their own dictionary. Kind of looks like a piece from a
set of glasses.
Set of glasses.
One guy took that earpiece and sharpened it into a point.
Inside one of the world's most secure facilities, a simple pair of eyeglasses has unlimited value and potential.
That insignificant set of glasses was turned into 2 weapons that we know of that we were able to find and used for who knows what else in the other cell.
A potential clue to a murder conspiracy is encrypted in code.
He knows who that is, or he knows what that address is, but we don't. And that's part of what we're up against, is when we find things like this, is trying to break their codes and trying to figure out who it is they're writing to or who it is they're having communications with.
Back at the squad room, the seizures from the SHU will be booked into evidence for criminal prosecution.
It's black tar heroin. Heroin is a drug of choice in Pelican Bay. We'll photograph it, test it, and we'll send it off to the Department of Justice for latent prints and try to determine who sent it in. They weighed out at approximately 2 grams. Down in the Los Angeles area, it'll go for anywhere, usually around for $80.
In addition to the heroin stash, the squad has made another startling discovery in the SHU.
We had an inmate that secreted in his rectum was a bindle that was about the size of a package of Rolaids. He retrieved it from his rectum, went to pass it to another inmate. It was 5 scrolls approximately 18 inches long by about 2 inches wide that had about, I'd say about 600 names that were on the Nuestra Familia, Nuestra Raza hit list. All these people were targeted for assault. We'll notify all the other agencies and the other security squads and the gang investigators throughout the state that, hey, we've got this hit list, and we'll get them copies so that they can see if they've got anybody on the hit list as well to protect them.
Lieutenant Marquez's work today may have saved the lives of those who value life the least.
A number of years ago, I lost my sister as a result of gang violence. She was shot by a gang member and killed. In one sense, I'm able to justify that in my own mind and not harbor a hatred or intense anger or bitterness towards these gang members, and that I understand that he did what they do. Gang members victimize, terrorize, and kill people. That's what they do. Given the opportunity, although they'll say thank you and smile to my face, given the opportunity, they just as soon shove a knife in my back as well.
When we return, an inmate faces life for a crime committed inside Pelican Bay. Today, inmate Haddix will have his day in court. If convicted, he faces a life sentence here at Pelican Bay. Unlike a city police force, when the squad gets a conviction, it does not take the criminal out of their community, but brings him back.
You don't end up at Pelican Bay without a reason. That's the lifestyle and the life choice that you've made. So you're gonna continue in that lifestyle and that life choice for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
When you first run into these convicts on the yard, they'll be telling you, don't tell me what to do, I'm my own man. Yet they all aspire to be these high-tech gangsters that are told what to do by somebody else all the time. They're told who to stab, who not to stab. It's a sad lifestyle to have a friend all your life that all of a sudden now you're told you have to stab that person. And if you don't stab that person, we're going to stab you or we're going to kill you.
You just have a violent element in here, and you always have to be aware of your surroundings, because the first opportunity they get, they're gonna attack. So you just never turn your back on them. You're just always aware.
Despite a revolving door of criminals and a never-ending caseload, the squad approaches their work like any other police force.
Our purpose in life is to come out and bust those guys.
Step on through in front of the officers.
The squad here at Pelican Bay, they're dedicated and committed to what they do. They train hard, they work hard, and they provide a real service to the whole organization and to the other men and women that are out here on the line. They make all of our jobs more safe. And often they do it at significant risk to their own personal safety.
When we come to work, once we hit the gate, when we come on, check in and everything, is that you better be on your toes, because anything can happen at any time.
These guys are constantly out there plotting. So it takes a concerted effort, not only by the squad, but by the staff that work the units, that walk the tiers, that talk to the inmates and deal with them, so that then when they give us the pieces of the information, we can put together the puzzle, and then we can respond in an appropriate manner to stop the narcotics coming in, to stop assaults, to try to provide as safe an environment here at Pelican Bay as we can, despite housing some of the most violent offenders in the state of California.
No yard.